Welcome to Sundry News for Monday, July 27th. A little late, as has become quite usual. Starting with the Daily Wire, Walmart and Home Depot won't enforce face mask rules following violent confrontations. And while I don't endorse said violent confrontations, I am not opposed to them not enforcing the tyrannical and fascist rules. So there's that. Rioters torch Justice Center construction site in Seattle, attack stores at apartment complex, and hit store owners. Updated. So basically, rioters are trying to destroy the world, and they're being allowed to do it. Man at Black Lives Matter event in Colorado allegedly fires at Jeep that was allegedly fleeing incident. Texas driver kills Black Lives Matter protester who may have aimed AK-47 at him, police say. What was the incident that the Jeep was allegedly fleeing? It's never good when these rioters, yes, rioters, get up on the highway and start harassing people in cars. That's not good for anybody. Oh look, that Jeep has a flat tire. Wonder how that happened. Could it possibly be that somebody shot at it? And yes, the dude died because he was in Texas and he carried a gun in a threatening manner. That is, it was not slung over his back. It was in front of him. He was holding it. He carried it over to a car that was, at the time, I believe, being harassed by other rioters. And the dude happened to have a gun in the car with him, so he protected himself. Watch. Enraged woman maces couple picnicking who weren't wearing masks. I heard about this just today. She wasn't, they weren't near her. She went to them. She put herself close to them so that she could attack them because she felt that she was being victimized by their masklessness while they were eating. Yeah. So stupid. Mnuchin explains decision to scale back federal unemployment. We're not going to use taxpayer money to pay people to stay home. Excellent. Very good way to put that. Very good. Very happy with that. There's some ads. Thank you to the Daily Wire. Moving on now to the Daily Yahoo. Misogynistic lawyer who killed judge's son had list of possible targets. The list, found after the lawyer committed suicide, had more than a dozen names, including 3 other judges and 2 doctors. Well, that sounds like a very good cover-up. And, okay, why the misogynistic part? Where exactly does that come in? Were those dozen names all women or something? If he was so misogynistic and wanted to kill women, though, why did he not kill the female judge? Why did he just kill her son, a man, and shoot her husband, another man? This is extremely convenient. How exactly did he commit suicide? Did he happen to shoot himself in the back of the head? Kate Middleton felt she didn't have much in common with Meghan Markle and never pursued a deep friendship. Well, that makes sense. I mean, she's from some fancy British family, right? And Meghan Markle's an American actress. A new excerpt from Finding Freedom details just how distant Meghan and Kate were as colleagues and family outside work. CDC warns of a rapidly growing salmonella outbreak amid more than 200 reported infections. On Friday, the CDC reported that a total of 212 people from 23 states have been infected with salmonella, with a total of 31 hospitalizations. Wouldn't it be nice if something like this could distract us from the whole COVID shit? Exclusive. Alibaba, Jack Ma, summoned by Indian court on former employee's complaint. An Indian court has summoned Alibaba and its founder Jack Ma in a case in which a former employee in India says he was wrongfully fired after objecting to what he saw as censorship and fake news on company apps. Documents seen by Reuters showed. Okay. UN says thousands of anti-Pakistan militants in Afghanistan. A UN report says more than 6,000 Pakistani insurgents are hiding in Afghanistan, most belonging to the outlawed Pakistani Taliban group responsible for attacking Pakistani military and civilian targets. The report released this week said the group, known as the Tehreek-e-Taliban, TTP, has linked something so-and-so. Well, go in and get them. Or does Afghanistan not extradite? Maybe they should start. Woman speaks out after friend poisoned her by lacing her coffee with drugs. A friend? Denise Smith, 66, from Chatham? It's probably Chatham. From Chatham, Kentucky, has spoken out over her friend, Christopher Connolly, trying to poison her after she refused to buy him a video game? How old is this friend? What? Wait, why is Yahoo News UK reporting on something happening in Kentucky? Okay, this is too confusing. How old is the friend? A woman has spoken out for the first time after her friend poisoned her by lacing her coffee with a lethal cocktail of drugs because she wouldn't buy him a video game. Denise Smith, 66, ended up being rushed to hospital after becoming ill, prompting Christopher Connolly, who had moved in with her, to confess to police that he had been poisoning her. So this was more than once. Connolly was jailed for 4 years in April after he pleaded guilty to attempting to cause grievous bodily harm with intent at Maidstone Crown Court. The court heard that he had become vengeful after Smith refused to buy him a PlayStation game he wanted for his 28th birthday in December 2018. Connolly, now 29, so a very young friend. For some reason, this over 60-year-old woman and this 28-year-old guy were friends, and he was living with her. Okay. Started lacing the sweetener for her coffee with a concoction of crushed-up painkillers, antidepressants, and pills for anxiety and sleep disorders. Oh, that's a good doggy. Smith from Chatham, Kentucky, started suffering from dizziness, confusion, and extreme fatigue, and eventually became so ill that she was rushed to Medway Hospital in Kent. Oh. Okay. It's Kent, not Kentucky. That makes sense. See, there was a period after it on the email, so I thought it was short for Kentucky, and I'm pretty sure there probably is a Chatham. But I'm guessing in the UK, maybe it's Chatham, whatever, where she spent 2 days recovering but still suffers from memory loss and insomnia. Speaking about her ordeal for the first time, charity shop worker Smith said, "Christopher took advantage of me in the worst way possible. He was a lost young man. All I ever tried to do was help him out. He was bitter because I hadn't been able to get him the PlayStation game that he asked for. His revenge was to drug my coffee, knowing full well, as most of my mates do, I have at least 10 cups a day. Well, that's not healthy. You're killing yourself. I was in a permanent state of groggy confusion for the weeks he was drugging me. It got worse and worse until I was bedbound. He kept saying I wasn't to worry as he was there to take care of me, but he could have killed me. My memory is damaged now for life. I have insomnia and dreadful flashbacks. It makes me sick to think of what he did to me. He was supposed to be my best friend." If you're... Okay. Whatever. The pair first crossed paths after becoming neighbors in Chatham, whatever. In 2014, unemployed Connolly offered to look after Smith's dog while she was at work, and the pair became friends, with Smith regularly cooking meals for him. The 66-year-old said she felt she was a calming influence in his life, but everything changed when she was unable to buy him the PlayStation game Red Dead Redemption for his 28th birthday on 21st of December 2018. Christopher sulked for weeks after I told him I couldn't afford the game, she said. Oh my goodness. I thought it was ridiculous, but as he wasn't on good terms with his family, I did feel a bit sorry for him, as I knew he wouldn't most likely get much at all. I gave him the benefit of the doubt about it. I had also invited him around to mine for Christmas that year. I stocked up the fridge with all our favorite foods, and even let him stay around at my flat for a few days. On 21st of December 2018, Connolly began spiking Smith's coffee with a mixture of crushed panko, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Jeez. What is wrong with that guy? He never grew up, apparently. New podcast episode with Sam Adegoke from his show Dynasty. Listen to Yahoo and the GeneCo Foundation's new podcast Stories with all these celebrities and their stories sent in by people so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. What's hot? Yahoo search. Trending now, Dove Cameron, Heather Locklear, coronavirus back at number 3. What are they playing at? Teams, Microsoft, Yale Eisenstadt, Buy Car Insurance, Michelle McNamara, Hilaria Baldwin, Carhartt Clothing, Medicare Plan G. Okie dokie. Last of all, we have 1440 in partnership with Brilliant. Good morning, it's Monday, July 27th. Good evening, and we're covering memorials for the late Representative John Lewis, the first Atlantic hurricane of the year, and the passing of a TV icon. Need to know. Lawmakers honor John Lewis. Former Representative John Lewis, Democrat, Georgia, will lie in state in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda today and tomorrow, the middle of a 6-day celebration of the life of the civil rights pioneer. Lewis passed away July 17th following a battle with pancreatic cancer. Among his efforts and accolades, see our previous write-up, Lewis is perhaps best known for leading a group of nonviolent protesters across the Edmund Pettus Bridge into Selma, Alabama in 1965. Known as Bloody Sunday, the march was attacked by state troopers, with Lewis suffering a skull fracture. Images of the violence sparked public uproar. The news report happened to interrupt a highly anticipated documentary with an audience of 48 million and catalyzed momentum for the Voting Rights Act. Services were held over the weekend in Alabama, with a procession leading Lewis's body yesterday over the same bridge on which he was attacked 55 years ago. He'll be laid to rest Thursday in Atlanta. See some of Lewis's best quotes here. So he did all that. He was a civil rights pioneer, yet still a Democrat. How does that make sense? Hannah arrives in Texas. Hurricane Hannah made landfall in the U.S. Saturday, arriving as a Category 1 storm north of Corpus Christi, Texas, before weakening into a tropical storm. The system dropped more than 12 inches of rain in some spots, turning south shortly after landfall and heading into central Mexico. Hannah is the first of what was projected to be a busy Atlantic hurricane season, which began June 1st, with forecasts estimating 19 named storms, 7 more than average, and 3 to 6 Category 3 or higher systems. The season peaks between mid-August and mid-October, accounting for roughly 90% of Category 1 and higher storms. In the Pacific, the tail end of Hurricane Douglas is passing over the Hawaiian Islands as a Category 1 storm, while another storm currently northeast of South America is likely to develop into a tropical depression. Regis Philbin dies. Yes, sad. Longtime television personality Regis Philbin passed away over the weekend at a hospital in Greenwich, Connecticut. Family sources said the 88-year-old Philbin, 88, wow, died of natural causes though he had suffered from cardiovascular complications for more than 2 decades. First on air in 1958, Philbin rose to national prominence in 1988 as the co-host of the morning talk show Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, which was renamed Live with Regis and Kelly in 2001. With a reputation as one of the hardest workers in show business, Philbin was the original host of the US-based Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in 1999. I liked to watch that. The show exploded in popularity, averaging more than 28 million viewers during the first season, sparking a slew of copycat programs from competing networks. Is that your final answer? Philbin received a number of honors, including the Guinness World Record for the most hours on television at 16,764 and a half. Damn, son. Advance your career with Brilliant. More and more these days, employers flock to candidates with advanced levels of problem-solving skills. What's better than an accountant? An accountant who codes. What's better than a marketing manager? A marketing manager who codes. You get the idea. So whether you're targeting a big promotion or you just want to spend your downtime more productively, Brilliant has what you're looking for. Their interactive and engaging content will help guide you to mastery one step at a time, be it learning programming, brushing up on foundations of science, or conquering advanced topics like differential equations. They offer over 60 courses to help you achieve your goals, all in an easy-to-use site and app with a community of lifelong learners like you. It's time to see what you're missing out on. Head on over to Brilliant to get started today. The first 200 who do so will get 20% off the annual subscription so you can finish your day a little smarter for less. Advance your career today. Please support our sponsors. In the know, sports, entertainment, and culture. Olivia de Havilland, Gone with the Wind star and 2-time Oscar winner, dies at 104. I had no idea she was still alive. Holy crap. 104. Fleetwood Mac co-founder and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Peter Green dies at 73. English Premier League plays out final games with Liverpool ending season as champs. Manchester City, Manchester United, and Chelsea also qualify for the Champions League. Read the 1440 Guide to European Soccer. Debbie Chirichella, named interim president of Hearst Magazines, which owns titles like Cosmopolitan and Esquire. Former President Troy Young resigned after allegations of workplace misconduct. I wonder what Debbie Chirichella had to do with that. Science and technology. NASA to fly a football stadium-sized observation balloon 25 miles high to measure far-infrared light coming from newly formed stars. Such signals are typically blocked by Earth's atmosphere. Interesting. Where are they going to do that? Excuse me. U.S. Department of Energy unveils strategy to build a national quantum internet. Pitched as virtually unhackable, the network would rely on quantum encryption and communication technologies. Wow. See plan here. Genetic mutations passed down from Neanderthals linked to enhanced pain sensitivity. Changes in a specific protein enable stronger pain signals to be sent to the brain and spinal cord. I guess that has to do with survival. Business and markets. Highly anticipated House Judiciary Subcommittee hearing on antitrust issues in big tech delayed until Wednesday due to memorial for Representative John Lewis. Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Sundar Pichai, Alphabet and Google, and Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, to appear. Goldman Sachs reaches $3.9 billion settlement with Malaysian government. Criminal charges dropped over capital raise for sovereign wealth fund, which lost billions in scandal. Okay. McDonald's and Chipotle join growing list of companies requiring masks before entering establishments. Blah. Hey, with McDonald's you can just go through the drive-thru, but come on, Chipotle. get some drive-thrus. Are there Chipotles with drive-thrus? I don't remember ever seeing any. Politics and world affairs. Protesters shot and killed in Austin, Texas after reportedly confronting a car that drove into the crowd. Okay, hold on. What the fuck, 1440? The crowd was on a fucking street. What? Are you kidding me? You're on the road. The car isn't driving into you when you're on a road. You are obstructing a roadway. Oh my goodness. Portland, Oregon protesters breach fence protecting federal courthouse. Uh-oh. A reported 45... By the way, that's also where they are intentionally blinding federal agents by shining, like, really powerful lasers at their faces. How fucked up is that? A reported 45 people arrested for assaulting officers in Seattle. 21 officers sustained minor injuries. Hey, an injury is an injury. Florida overtakes New York in total reported COVID-19 cases, second behind California, but has had 5,800 deaths to New York's 32,600. And a lot of those are due to the fact that New York threw positive COVID patients into nursing homes where they hadn't been before. So, yeah, good job there. U.S. reports 4.23 million total alleged cases, with 146,935 alleged deaths as of this morning. See the 3-day moving average. China closes U.S. consulate in Chengdu in retaliation for closure of Chinese embassy in Houston. The move is the latest in escalation of tensions between the two countries. I saw something about that over the weekend. And hey, I mean, whatever. They can do that if they want to. Good for them. I just hope our ambassadors and all the people that were at the embassy get out of China safely. That's what I would be concerned about. Expand your thinking. Brilliant brings the spark you need to level up your problem-solving skills. With a library of over 60 courses to help you achieve goals across complex topics, they'll guide you from novice to master one step at a time. So check out Brilliant today for mind-opening, career-thrusting content. The first 200 readers who do will get 20% off their annual subscription. Expand your thinking today. Please support our sponsors, etc. Gallup surveys teachers on how they feel about returning. I don't want to know. Winners of the 2020 iPhone Photography Awards. The Pentagon's UFO unit will make some findings public. Interesting. From our partners, this company lets you create a website you're proud of. Its intuitive platform has drag-and-drop versatility and tools to bring virtually any idea to your page. Get started today. And that would be Wix, W-I-X. Ranking the world's 20 best places to swim. Taylor Swift sells 1.3 million copies of her new album in one day. That's not exactly surprising. The U.S. Mint is begging you to start paying with coins. Oh dear. I did use cash today, but I didn't have the right amount in coins, so I didn't use coins. Now I feel bad. Aquarium in China set to welcome $1 million robotic dolphins. So, instead of displaying actual aquatic animals, their aquarium is going to have robot animals. Okay. Cosmo the bull is engineered to produce 75% male offspring. Good for him. Clickbait. Summer adventures peak at age 14. Oh, that's depressing. I never even had any summer. What? I didn't have summer adventures. That is super depressing. History book. U.S. Department of State is established. 1789. Happy birthday figure skating legend Peggy Fleming. 1948. House brings impeachment charges against President Nixon. 1974. NBA player Reggie Lewis collapses and dies at practice. 1993. Rest in peace, Bob Hope. 2003. Oh, good, a Bob Hope quote. If you haven't got any charity in your heart, you have the worst kind of heart trouble. Bob Hope. And that's it. Thank you, 1440. Thank you, Sundry News watchers, if any exist. Good night.